Hey guys, Todd here. Today I want to show you how to install the Backflip MX4 on a 2022 Nissan Frontier. I'm going to show you how to install it whether or not it's equipped with Utilitrack. For this installation, the tools I'll be using are a 9/16 socket with ratchet, a Phillips head screwdriver, and a pair of scissors. Now make sure you're subscribed to our channel to stay up to date with all our latest content. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so our first step is to install the bulkhead seal. Now that's going to go on top of the bulkhead between one bed cap all the way to the other one. We're going to cut it in place. I've already wiped down the top surface of the bulkhead with some isopropyl rubbing alcohol. I recommend that you do the same for the best adhesion. But we're just going to go ahead and stretch the seal out. Peel back a little bit of the tape protector. And then just stick it to the top. I'm going to go ahead and cut it in place. All right, let's go ahead and install some rails. Okay, so here is our passenger side rail. Now our shiny aluminum tab is going to be just behind the cab and it's going to be facing into the bed of the truck. What we're going to do is we're going to lift that up, set it up against the bed cap, and then drop it down and let this flange hang on top of the bed cap. Then we're going to slide it forward, and we've got a small seal up here. We want to just slightly compress that seal. We're going to hold it in place, and we're going to set our front clamp. All right, so we're going to take our clamp. We're going to slide it up into the rail. I'm going to slide it back a little bit just to clear the plastic guide right here. Now that it's up inside, I've got the grooves and the clamp married into the grooves in the rail. I'm going to turn this nut finger tight and then take a 9/16 and get it just a little bit snug. And then I'm going to hit the top of the rail to seat the top of the seal to the bed cap. Now I can go ahead and finish tightening down the clamp. Let's move down to our next clamp. Okay, now because of the shape of the inside of the bed cap on the Frontier, there's only a couple of other places where you can actually mount your next two clamps. So right about where the end of where our prop rod is going to be, up inside the bed cap, there's going to be a little bit of a cutout there. We can place one of our clamps there. We're going to spread the clamp apart, slide it up in there, get the clamp up as high as it'll go. Now this rail still has not been seated down yet, so we can kind of push down on the rail to allow the clamp to bite down. Once the clamp is bitten down, we can go ahead and tighten it up by hand first, and then snug it. And we're going to seat it at the top, and then finish tightening it down. All right, now if we feel up inside that bed cap again, the next cutout back inside the bed cap is about a foot away from the second clamp. That's where we're going to put our final clamp. Go ahead and spread that apart. Slide that up into the bed cap. And again, tighten it down by hand first. Get it slightly snug with our 9/16. Then seat the rail and finish tightening it down. Repeat the same process on the opposite side. Okay, here's the cover. We just took it out of the box. We did fold this header piece out. This is what's going to go right behind the cab of the truck. You'll notice we've got a couple of holes in the in this side right here. We're also going to have another couple on the opposite side of the header piece. That is for our clip receiver that's going to install right here. So in our kit, along with our clip receiver, we're going to have a couple of posts, and those slide into the holes behind. And any kind of debris that comes up, go ahead and pull that out of the way. We're going to put the clip receiver on top, and we've got a couple of screws that will go down and thread into those posts. We're going to tighten it down with a Phillips head screwdriver. Do that on both sides. All right, so we're going to take the cover and we're going to set it up on top of the rails. And we're going to let the front panel slide forward. Now we've got a hole here. When you flip that over, a lot of times there's going to be a piece of rubber stuck to cover that hole. It's a protector. Go ahead and pull that off to the side. Now in your kit, you're also going to have an elevator bolt along with a rubber washer. Go ahead and put that rubber washer on top and stretch it over top of the elevator bolt and run that through the hole going through the top of the cover. That is going to line up with the oval hole in our metal tab coming off of our rail. Run that through, do that on both sides, and we're going to go ahead and fold the cover up to the cab. Just make sure you're careful not to scratch or scuff the cab. Also in the kit of hardware with our elevator bolts, there's going to be an additional rubber washer, flat washer, lock washer, and star knob. We're going to put them onto the elevator bolt in that order. When we put on the star knob, we're not going to tighten it down just yet. We're just going to get it connected. Don't even get it snug because we still need to adjust the cover. You do that on both sides. Okay, now to adjust the alignment of the cover, we're going to fold each panel back one at a time. As we do that, we're going to center the panel in between the two rails. All right, now that we've got the alignment set, we're going to very slowly and carefully fold the cover back towards the cab of the truck. And then we can tighten down our star knobs to our elevator bolts. Okay, now on this top edge of the frame of the cover, I've already wiped down this entire surface with some isopropyl rubbing alcohol to get a good bond. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach 3 rubber bumpers. What I'm going to do is rock it forward to see where the cover would contact the cab, and that's where I'm going to place the bumpers. We've got one right here to the center, and one all the way over here to this side. There we go. Okay, now it's time to go ahead and install our drain tubes. Now, I've already made a small hole in this rubber kickout. I'm just going to put one end of the drain tube through that hole. The other end of the drain tube is going to come up here to the drain cup and slide over top of that. And do that to both sides. Well, that concludes the installation. If you found this video helpful, make sure and give us a thumbs up. If you want to know more about the product, check the link in the description below. As always, if you have any questions, call the experts or visit us online.